Good morning, interweb. I think I'm just going to start the video here. It's Logan Senhauser from Senhauser Racing Team with our ChampCar Miata. I'm clearly not starting at the garage. This is my home. It's 6:15 in the morning. I got a nice wake-up call from Cameron at 5:30. He flew in from Seattle. Took the red eye just so he didn't have to take a day off of work because he has limited vacation. And yeah, this is how we're spending our morning. We're waiting on Mr. Dahl to wake up, and he's got a doctor's appointment, so we're just killing time for the time being. I don't know if you guys recognize the track, but kind of nuts that in less than 24 hours we will be here in real life. It's a pretty surreal moment. So yeah, that's that. This is gonna be the race weekend vlog. I hate that word. This is gonna be the race weekend like video. I feel like vlog is so influencer, like whatever, but anyways. So yeah. Oh, and there's one other very important thing. Let me just walk over here. My girlfriend got me the coolest birthday gift of all time. Hold on. Cuff frickin' chow. And you're like, oh man, that's super cool. It gets better. Are you kidding me? Come on. I'm about to flex on all these dorks this weekend. It's gonna be so sick. So, all right, y'all. We'll check in a while. We have arrived to the track truck trailer combo. It's Watkins Glen weekend. We're stoked. Getting ready to get on the road. We've got all of Thursday to get over there. We all took Thursday off, so it should be a hefty drive. Probably, I think it's like 8 hours or something like that, but should be good. I'll give you guys a quick walkthrough of the setup in case you're not familiar with it, but here we are with our Kenworth. That's a Cameron. That's it. Yep, there you go. This is a Kenworth T600. Cameron works for Kenworth. He is a Kenworth employee, so he swears by these bad boys. But a Kenworth T600 single axle in the rear that's been modified to have a box on the back. That Mr. Dahl then modified further by throwing a bunk bed in. It's pretty cozy back here. He's got a fridge back there, right? A water cooler. If you don't know, that's Mr. Dahl, Everything Wheels 13. Hey, you'll see him more later. He's really annoying. But yeah, so he put this cool vinyl wrap on it. He's a pilot, so he's got a plane on the back, even though he doesn't know what kind of plane it is. I'm pretty sure it's a Mustang, but so yeah, and then he's got this trailer on the back. Don't ask me the length, but it's big enough for Sheila the Miata, which hopefully, if you're new here, this is our ChampCar race car. It's a 1999 chassis that's been modified to go endurance racing. Currently with no bumper on it. But yeah, it's big enough for the Miata. He's done a lot of work on this trailer to kind of get it modified. So we've got tires up here on his little racks. Miata's back there. And then he's got the shelf up here, which has our two splitters, the bumper, kind of miscellaneous stuff. And then he got all these boxes on wheels that have spare parts, mainly spare parts, like kind of miscellaneous stuff. Like that. And then he also got this toolbox that's, full of all the standard kind of tools that you would want at the track. So the goal is, and this is our first weekend of this, but the goal is that everything just kind of lives in here and we grab it as we need it, other than the stuff we bring down to pit lane. So yeah, he put a lot of work into this to get this going. The inside of this used to be bare with some cabinets in it. So and his channel, as I say, it'll be linked down below. It's Everything Wheels 13. Does a lot of Datsun content, a lot of content with his T600. He's got like a cab over, an old GMC cab over thing that's he's building out, which is pretty neat. 240Zs, a 510. Actually, I'll show you that too. I'll give you a little peek of it. But check that out over on his channel. Actually, I won't show you the 510. His garage is closed. But yeah, it looks like we're getting ready to get loaded up. Any final word? Oh,
let's go racing!
But yeah, we're gonna get on the road here in 2 seconds. We are in the Kenworth, the track truck that does it have a name? It doesn't have a name.
We call it the track truck.
It's called the track truck. We are maybe an hour in, probably not even. Cameron's already zonked out in the back there. Didn't take him long. But yeah, no drama thus far, other than a little bit of crummy weather. Oh, a little bit of crummy weather, but we're making it work. So maybe we'll check in a few times during the trip, but ideally nothing interesting will be happening, and we'll just see you at the track. So
except for someone's going to learn how to drive a Kenworth.
Yes, all of my simulator training is going to pay off today. In theory, we shall see. So there it is. There it is. Loving the enthusiasm. All right, JDs and gentlemen. You will see that I'm sitting on the wrong side of the truck. Our captain is over yonder.
Instructor Dahl, by the way.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. All of the American Truck Simulator is going to pay off right now, or everyone in this truck is going to get a lot more depressed. It's one of the two things. So we'll see here.
We'll see if it transfers.
Yeah. So it'll be a good time. But here's the view. We're gonna give it the good old college try. So if the camera work looks like garbage at any clips between now and when we get there, blame Mr. Dahl. That's all I have to say about that. So here you go. I'm handing you off.
Well, here we are again, Logan, for the first time driving a T600 Kenworth.
How fast are we going?
We are going,
60?
We're going 10 miles an hour.
All right. Oh, we got a nice little downhill. Just coast it right on.
Yeah.
All right, let's give her a little beans. Let's see what this nice Kenworth, or wait, what, Caterpillar T15?
No, it's a C13.
C13, I was there.
12.8 liter, you said? I think it is.
That sounds about right.
Sup, Senhauser Racing Team, van people. This is Slim Jim and Long Dog in the truck. Driving. And then we got Mr. Dahl sleeping in the back. Logan's doing a terrible job. He's almost hit 5 cars, 2 people, and 1 child. But luckily, it escaped unscathed. So.
Did you just call a child an it?
No.
You just refer to a child as like an animal? Is that what just happened?
No, I said you almost killed one.
Oh, okay.
Luckily, due to your co-drivers.
My co-driver that's been napping for the past hour?
Yeah, Mr. Dahl's been pretty tired in the back, so, you know, we'll let him get some sleep.
This is so fun! Yeah, it's a lot scarier when it's not the simulator here. Yeah, Logan.
You're doing a great job.
Dude.
You're doing a great job.
I thought that car was going to try and fly up past me.
Dude, don't worry.
Yeah, no, this is fun. This is
All
fine.
you need to do is complete this trip and we can get the W900 Legacy Edition.
Goddamn bridge, dude. God. Yeah. Nice. Well, I'm just over here pissing my pants.
You're doing a terrible job.
I feel like it, dude. This is toy. First trucking experience in the books. And look, we're stalking our competitors. Look.
That's pushing it.
Dude, we've been following them the whole time.
Competitors.
We compete with them so closely. Yeah. It's like, I mean, you look at our car and you look at their car and it's like the same thing. It's like no difference. Anyways, any comments from the peanut gallery? It was smooth as butter, right? That was the best damn truck driving you've ever seen, huh?
We didn't die.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
Anyways, we're gonna stop by the Golden Arches over here. They're tucked back in there behind the trees. And then I think we're only like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours away. Oh, that's actually a pretty good photo right there. Look at you. Look at you being a trucker.
What they say, truck you?
That's a literal LMP2 trailer. That is Tower Motorsports. That's crazy. And then an Integra on an open trailer. Literal IMSA trailers. I wonder if they're just here early, right?
How's it going?
we've arrived.
What's up, Adam?
I'm here, ready to roll. Perfect timing.
Yeah, thank you. I brought my own crew.
Just got done at, what is it? It's called Bleachers? Bleachers Sports Bar?
Yeah.
Got done at Bleachers Sports Bar. I would give it, I'm gonna go 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5? Are you going 3 out of 10?
Yeah, I'm going
Oh
2
my
out of 5.
gosh. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
2 out of 5. That's shit food.
I'm giving it a 5-star scale. I'm giving it a 3.
Wow, are you really generous?
All right, I'll give it a 2. You're right. No, that's pretty bad. Anyways, we're all fueled up, heading back to the track. I think we're going. Oh, we're putting fuel in the jerry cans, and then headed back. It is the end of Thursday. It is currently. Anyone got a clock on them?
Yep.
I'm gonna guess it's like
22:55.
it's military time, 22:55.
Almost 11.
Yep. I'm still a 25-year-old for another hour. I'm feeling
That's
so
right,
young.
your birthday
Yeah,
tomorrow.
it is. It is.
God.
So no major updates today. We went and got dinner at probably the worst sports pub and bar thing that they have.
Burp right now.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Oh, where's he at? There he is. Oh, look, all 3 of us are in here. So, anyways, nothing notable there. Just a long drive. Mr. Dahl did some more upgrades to his cab here, and we're getting ready to go down for the count. Me and Cameron had the wonderful idea of watching some IMSA, get a little caught up. We both kind of missed the whatever you call it, the Laguna Seca race, so we're doing that. Then we're going to bed. Anyone got any updates? We're missing Adam. Adam's staying at a hotel tonight because he's a dork, but
Or smart.
yeah,
I would consider him smart. Yeah.
something like that.
Smart-er.
So
Hey, we're smart too. We're smart too.
He's
That
got
is-
a lot of wrinkly matter in his
the
brain.
Oh, that's
the
right. You know that wrinkly matter
Yeah,
in your
his
brain?
brain must be really
Wow, it's got
wrinkly.
a lot of wrinkly matter.
you could call us smooth brain. But that's it. Anyone got anything?
No, that's it,
We're
man.
driving race
Get ready
cars
for
tomorrow,
tomorrow in
so
the
yeah,
rain.
nice 8 a.m. Yeah. So most rain's gonna come tomorrow, and then it's gonna decrease throughout the weekend, ideally. So that's it. That's all it is. We're gonna finish this. We'll see you in the morning. Love you all dearly. Good night.
Yeah, so we're getting all the work done. What have you been doing, Logan?
Yeah,
Have you
Logan's
doing
just
this?
been
He
taking
hasn't
his
been doing
time.
anything.
I've been standing around putting my thumb up my butt.
Oh, is
That's
that what it
that's
is?
about what I'm good for around here.
Yeah, that's
I
about
did.
it. That's about
Did
it.
you guys want to deal with my stinky breath
No,
all day?
not really. No.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So we're parked in the paddock. Garages are right there. Pit lanes on the other side of those. We're getting unloaded. That's about it. That's about all that's happened. It's like 7:30 and shit's already going down. So
Already going down, man.
already going down. So we're loaded in the garage. Sheila is assembled. Everyone's starting to pull in here. We got the one of the nice Porsche teams right next to us. Rad Air. They run IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge in a TCR car. Yeah. A little gloomy, a little rainy, but we're getting it done. Anything? Eh.
No, we got to put tires on, man. We got to get this stuff done. It's
Uh-huh.
going to be a great weekend. Logan, you're going to be fastest landing. It's gonna be
Oh.
great. It's gonna be awesome. It's great.
Does that mean he pays for
Fantastic.
dinner at the end?
What's that?
Does that mean he pays for dinner at the end?
He does.
in theory.
Whoever has the fastest lap during the race. No, we'll just do it for the
Someone.
weekend. We're going to do the weekend.
I think that's.
We'll
I
do
think
the
that.
weekend.
Yeah.
Fast lap of the weekend pays the dinner.
Can I see your coffee really quickly?
You heard it here first. Heard it here first, folks.
Posting a complaint right now.
Yep, I'm listening.
The fire, is that the fire thing over there? Yeah.
Yeah, deal with it.
I guess I ain't pulling that thing.
Yeah, what do you mean you're not pulling that thing? Got a lot of cars here now. Still waiting to get teched. Still trying to get that figured out. We've got like 30 minutes till the driver's meeting. We haven't registered teched. Yeah, it's the whole thing. So trying to get that figured out. Mr. Dahl's doing the important stuff. Ain't that right, Mr. Dahl? Said you're doing the important stuff.
I'm doing the pretty stuff, making
Yep.
it look pretty. Making it look
She's
pretty.
looking more pretty than normal this weekend.
matching credit card.
Oh, yeah, you want me to get that credit card number for you? Yeah, let me.
Yeah.
He does have a matching credit card. You can take my word for it. You want here? Yeah, here. There you go.
Man, look, matching credit card.
Let me.
Whenever you put vinyl down, you got to have a matching credit card
Something
to put
like
it
that.
down.
All right, everybody. A few things to walk through here. First things first, the camera wasn't operating correctly this weekend. I think it was having battery issues. So I'm going to pull some clips from last year's sessions, some clips from the live stream, the official ChampCar live stream, and then some clips from MMR Racing's live stream as well. They gave me permission to use some of their videos. So you'll see kind of a hodgepodge of that. If I have clips from this past weekend, I'll put them in here. But, you know, like I said, they're going to be hit or miss. So I just wanted to talk about practice on Friday. This is future Logan, by the way. We're the week after the race at this point. But like you heard earlier in the video, we kind of struggled to get out there for practice. ChampCar was basically like, they were saying people were going to come tech your cars in the garage, but then there was 2 tech lines outside, and I went to wait in the tech line outside because I thought it'd be faster. But then they told me to go back to the garage, and then I never got teched in the garage, and we ended up... So that was a whole conundrum in itself. And we ended up getting the car teched and then went right to registration where there was another mile-long line. So we actually missed like 30 minutes of practice, if not more, just because we couldn't get our car teched or registered. So that was definitely a little bit frustrating. However, you know, obviously we did... Well, I guess this is a past video, but we did end up getting out on track. And testing went really well for the most part. What it mostly consisted of was me trying to make sure the tune was safe in the car. This was when we had the aftermarket ECU in, and the AFRs just kept creeping up. No matter how much fuel I tried to dump into the VE table, I don't know what was going on there. I still need to figure out if that's a problem or not, or maybe we, you know, some teams have theorized that we had a bad ground and the sensor wasn't actually reading right. You know, there's a million of issues, of things that could have been causing those issues. However, you know, the car was running pretty good. You know, maybe not making the most amount of horsepower, but you know, it was a usable tune and whatnot. So that's that. We got all our drivers out there, you know, for a decent amount. And then at some point, my brother actually got out there, and I sent him out there, and our fuel gauge read perfectly because it said like 2% fuel left. I sent him out there, and about half a lap in, he ran out of fuel. So, but then we put fuel in it, and everything was fine again. So that was really the only drama during the practice session. So we got done with practice, and you know, tried to diagnose that AFR issue. But outside of that, really not a lot of drama. We tested, and in classic Senhauser Racing fashion, you all right there? You good?
Yeah, I'm just doing
in classic Senhauser Racing fashion, everything worked kind of sort of okay, but not good. Our AFRs just are constantly creeping up, and we can't figure out why. We were trying to just run the auto tune to see if that would bring them back down, and they just kept creeping up to like 14, 15, sometimes 16, which is obviously not ideal. No matter how much we richened it up, we still got super lean. So with the help of a team I don't know the name of right now, but I should get it before the end of the weekend, they suggested to look at our fuel pressure. And actually, I still have it rigged up, Cam, if you want to show them what we had going on. Just go show them on the glass there. So that's our fuel pressure gauge, and I took it out for a quick rip, and we're only, I mean, even static, we're getting like 25 PSI, and he told us we're supposed to be around like 50. I mean, the internet says we're supposed to be around 50, so clearly there's something wrong. And the question is there a clog? Is the fuel pump going bad? Those are really the only two things it could be. So, or there's we're getting low voltage at the fuel pump, so we're diagnosing that. And also our in-car camera wasn't working. So I got to get that figured out at some point as well. But outside of that, the new dashboard worked flawlessly, I will say. I'll give myself a pat on the back for that. So anyways, Cameron's behind the camera right now. Thank you. Thanks, brother. So right now I'm trying to test the voltage at the tank, and then we're going to go from there. So fingers crossed, But worst case scenario, we're gonna put the stock ECU back in.
Okay, so Logan, what are you doing here? Look, looks a little sketch to me, if you ask.
Sketches.
I mean, look.
So
We
I
got
have-
fuel. We got fuel.
A fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher's over there, out
Yep.
of my reach.
Yeah.
But so what are you gonna do here?
So as everyone knows, we were running lean. Couldn't figure it out. Found that we were only running with like 20 psi of fuel pressure. And then we replaced the pump and we're still getting no fuel pressure. So we're trying to test to see if the fuel regulator is working by creating a little loop here back into the hanger. And then we're going to do some hot wiring.
And I'm saying it's going to spray all over him, but...
Yeah, it might. If it does, this is going to make for great content.
And he has
Where are
no
you going?
safety
You
glasses.
gotta do this.
Zero safety glasses.
Someone's got to touch that.
I'm videoing. This is serious.
What do you got to hold?
I got to hold all this shit.
Hey, make sure the sparks don't get anywhere near the... I got the fire extinguisher. If I drop the camera, then everybody knows what's going on.
If you hear us bolt.
You're doing great, Adam. Thank you. That's actually a very important part of this process.
Won't let me point down though.
You use this and you can move it around, right? Oh, hold on. Now? Oh, hold on.
It's moving now.
There you go. There you go.
This is locked.
Well, you're at the top, the highest it'll go.
Oh,
Yeah, right?
that's why it's all jacked
You
up.
got it.
What are we doing
Nice,
now?
dude, man.
Try it one more time, brother. Give me the juice.
I'm
Give
backing
me
up.
the juice. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, get your return in there. So you can...
Give me
You ready?
the juice. Why the fuck are you not pumping anything? Alright, stop. Try it the other way one time.
Andy's your battery dead?
Okay. Can we mark positive and negative somehow on those? Fuel pump's working.
Marked.
So what does that mean, Logan, for the crowd?
That means that if we're gonna try the pressure here, and if we get jack shit, then we know the regulator is busted, and we're gonna have to figure that one out. That's gonna suck because that's kind of a hard part to get. What?
Nothing. Got nothing. Drew, if you're watching this, he's your buddy.
Are you sure that's the way you had it last time? Oh, hold please. Sorry, Mr. Doll.
I know, Andy. This is what I'm talking about. These are how people make millions of dollars. That's how people make millions of dollars. Hold it. Did you get it on you? No. You're gonna...
No?
I mean, all right, stop. Hey everyone. It is. I don't have a watch on. A clock. I think it's like 11:30ish, 11 o'clock on Friday after testing. Oh, hello.
It's 11:15.
Thank you. So it's 11:15 after practice. Car was still running lean. I think I already updated you guys on all that. Obviously, we had the full fueling system torn apart there, trying to get it figured out. We replaced the fuel pump, blew out all the fuel lines, replaced fuel filter, bypassed the fuel dampener, and tested and verified that our fuel regulator is working. So outside of injectors, the entire fueling system has been redone as of tonight. So, and I took it out for a rip on the street. I took it out for a rip in Mexico, and it's running way richer, which is what we want, but I don't know if that's because we actually fixed the problem or just because the car's cold and it's happier right now. I'm not sure. So we're going to send it tomorrow. Mr. All's going to go out first. I asked him if I could do some tuning while he's driving, and he said sure. So that should be a good time. And then that's about it. Car's together, and hopefully we got to try and get the camera back in. We lost part of the camera, so we got to see if we can find that. But should be a good day. I haven't checked the forecast. I might check that before I go to bed. I've heard that there might be more rain than there was previously, but we'll have to figure that one out. Then the team slapped some brakes on the car. We checked all the fluid, and she's been tucked in for the night. So that's it. You got anything from the peanut gallery up there?
Nope.
Okay. So that's it. Well, hopefully see everyone in the morning. I'm struggling with the camera right now. My motivation was stabbed a little bit today. yeah, so hopefully I'll get the camera back up later. But
I can film you in your moments of sadness tomorrow.
yeah, that's the perks of
happiness. Yeah.
Hopefully of happiness.
Yeah, hopefully happiness.
We are all on the same page. If we need to throw away the race tomorrow to have a good race on Sunday, we're ready to do that and just use tomorrow as testing. So hopefully everything works miraculously, but you know, time will tell. So see everyone in the morning. Good night. Okay, so here's how our race started on Saturday. For some reason, the battery was dead in the car. I remember turning the kill switch on during the morning, so I don't think it was, you know, some sort of parasitic loss during the evening. But I mean, you can see we let the whole field go by, and you can see us pushing it. But it bump started. You know, that was the first time we've ever had to do that, and it got it going. So we had Mr. Dahl in the car to start because he's our safest driver, and he really enjoys these race starts. I do not. I mean, I get through them, but he actually enjoys them. I like getting out there when the traffic's a little less dense. I can do the race starts. Since Mr. Dahl likes it, I'm like, dude, get out there, have fun. So he does the bump start, gets up to speed here, and I'm still trying to dial in the tune while he's actually racing. If you've looked at our past videos, we actually have a computer in the car running our dashboard. So I'm logged into that computer and I'm making edits on the fly. It's a pretty neat system. I'm actually really jazzed with how it came together. It's for the $150 I spent on it, and the amount of changes that it allows us to do. It's really neat. So, anyways, he gets out there. You know, the camera worked, like I said, for the race on Saturday, at least as long as we were out there. However, you'll see in the next few clips, we start to have some issues. Alright, party people, it's your pit lane reporters here. Not a lot of updates this morning, hectic. We were trying to make sure everything was working correctly. It seems like whatever the hell we did last night worked. Our AFRs are reading correctly, everything's good. Adam, you got anything?
We're all good to go. It's a little chilly here, but
a little bit. Yeah. So check this out. I'll show you our little setup here. So as you guys have seen in the other videos, we've got our dashboard set up here. So this is actually what our drivers see in car, and we were actually just making tuning updates as he was out on track mid-race. So this is a really nice setup. Again, huge shout out to KFP Total IT Solutions for making that possible. We've got our lap timer going with our tracking, and then we've got our in-car stream. Again, KFP Total IT Solutions making that happen. So thus far, everything's going pretty all right. We'll keep everyone in the loop. But one thumb up from me right now. Team's all here. We're all gathered up. I had to pull them in. The tune just was not, we couldn't get it going. The auto tune wasn't working, whatever. I think what was happening is the auto tune was missing the top line of the VE table. We just wasn't getting 100%. And so it was fine. Bless me. And then it would just lean out like crazy. So now I just dumped fuel into that top line. We're running like, I don't know, like 11 or 12 to 1 AFRs right now, but I'm okay with that as long as the engine's safe. Like we're obviously down on power, and we'll have to see how our fuel burn is, but I'd rather keep it out there, keep driving. So that's the update. Anyone, how you feeling, Dad? You having fun yet?
SRT forever!
Yeah, I was out there on the front straight.
Oh, this is our first driver right here.
On the front straight going 190 miles an hour. Car felt good. Went in the bus stop at 95. And it really handled well, rotated well. And yeah, those Miatas, man, they're fucking.
They are fun to drive. So anyways, we're out there running. We had to do an emergency stop. It lost us maybe like 3 laps. So you know, it is what it is. But we got it going. We're doing fun. We got to stuff the camera. MMR, the purple Miata. What's the update?
Everything's good with the car.
That's good.
Yeah.
What are you guys, P10 right now?
5.
5?
Yeah.
Holy shit. All right, there you go. Up in 5th place. They got their hot shoe in right now, so they're cooking. All right, we're hanging out here with Mr. Dahl, Weatherman Dahl. He's got a little weather report for us.
So it looks like this one may miss us here. There's a little bit of rain. Go ahead and pan out there and show it. It may miss, it may not.
Yeah.
It looks like in a couple hours we're gonna get some more because it's coming off the lake, picking up the moisture off the lake.
This is our weather reporter, Andy Dahl here.
So it's picking up moisture off the lake, so it's gonna probably be raining off and on the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting, but so far so good. I mean, like I said, we had to do that one throwaway pit stop, which is a bit of a bummer, but we're not fully out, and the car's running good.
It's running
Little
good.
down on power, but good. So it's all you can ask for, right? So race is going pretty all right. I had to bring Mr. Dahl in at one point to try and check some things. So we're already kind of out of the race, but you can probably can't hear Cameron, but this is our second stint. Cameron got in the car. He was running really good. However, the engine started misfiring like crazy. Like, I mean, you'll see he starts getting passed up like crazy. So he's like to the point of where like he was like, I have to bring it in. I can't drive. And I'll tell you in a little bit, we actually did find what was causing the issue. There were two things causing our issues. And you know, that'll be uncovered a little bit later in the video here. But this was how our race ended on Saturday, unfortunately. We made it 3 hours and 20 minutes into the race, but it just, the car was not functioning correctly. So he brings it in here. You can hear him frantically talking. Cameron gets really nervous sometimes when he's driving, especially when stuff isn't going right. So, yeah. So anyways, he brought it in. You know, it was an unfortunate end to our Saturday race. You know, I as you guys know, I did as much as I could to prep the car, and I couldn't figure out the kinks, and it's honestly for a halfway decent reason. Like I said, we learn every time we go to the track. We learn new things, and we definitely learned something here. So he gets it to us, and we get it back in the garage. And from this would be about 12 o'clock, maybe 1 p.m. We get it in the garage, and from then until about 1 a.m., I did not leave the car. I didn't even take my driver's suit off. I was diagnosing it the whole time. So you'll see some clips from that. And then whatever isn't explained in those clips, I'll give you a little update afterwards. So, but yeah, that was our race on Saturday. Unfortunate end, but can't win them all, you know? We've been chasing sync issues all day. I'm here with Mr. Dahl. Chasing sync issues all day. We put 3 different crank angle sensors in it. We just tried replacing the cam angle sensor, and it reminded me that I did this little fun modification.
Yeah, listen to this one.
This would be the pigtail for our, it's corroded, that's interesting, for our oil pressure sender. And if you look here, so there, that green wire, that's signal. And then you've got this bundle going up here and teeing off into this peculiar looking harness. That would be cam angle. So I was stealing the 5 volt from cam angle for our oil pressure. And we are now under the working theory that was what was causing all of our stutters and misfires and craziness that was going on. There is still a lot of misfiring going on under load. But we have a working theory that was because I was running at like 10 to 1 AFR, 11 to 1 AFR, and just coated the plugs. So we got people going to get plugs right now. We've got our main man Tyler in the car from Handcrafted Performance. Of course, we're gonna give him a shout out to our huge audience here. But he's been in the car helping us out for the past like 2 hours, fixing our tune, helping us diagnose issues, just being all around a good guy. So. Huge shout out to them. I will link their Facebook below, of course, but we're going to keep going. Hopefully we're going to have a dialed in car by the time we go to bed tonight. I got all of the bones in my body crossed.
We are now trying to button everything up. The boys are moving around. We don't really know what he's doing.
I don't know what I'm doing either.
And we got Norm, who is, what were you researching? He was researching. So things are going well. Andy's getting stuff done. He's working on the breather.
Oh, you're doing stuff? What's up?
I'm videoing.
I have an update.
Logan's like losing shit.
Last update they had before
Logan, you
the
just
one I
took
just
that one
did,
out.
I know,
So where's it
was
at?
the car was on track running great, and then shit hit the fan.
I talked to Cam, and I think Cam sabotaged it
I believe it.
because he knew I was next.
Yeah, you didn't want you going out there.
Right, Cam?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
So fun, man.
Where in the? How do I do this?
You do it live.
How do I do
Logan.
I need one of those signs for my house. These guys had to change out a motor, an entire motor. Helped us out. She updated our flag system. What was your name?
Brittany.
Brittany hooked us up. We're swapping parts right and left. They just took our no-name tape measures.
They did. It's been somewhat of a mutual relationship. One side's definitely been getting more help.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't tell you which.
So we're now going to witness brothers discussing how to work on God knows what. Let's figure this out. Let's see how they do. Let's see how their communication skills go.
I'm thinking I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
I could take the brakes out, look at them, and get an official judgment, but then I'm thinking like they're already going to be out.
Yeah, you really. You know what you can do? You
then-
can bleed them. You want to bleed the brakes?
Why are we bleeding something that doesn't need blood?
I don't know.
You don't bleed something that doesn't need blood.
Well, I mean, you never know when
Unless
brakes
you're
need
bleeding.
blood.
Yeah, but you don't bleed and put an air in the
Like, you
system.
need to go in close on this guy.
You don't put an air in the system when there's no air in the
He's got some
system.
shit going on over there.
We don't.
I
really
just
know.
want to use this gun. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of
I'm going to take off the wheels and put them back on again.
do that. Multiple times. They still their cord. Don't strip any of those lug nuts.
Hey, Norm, what is up with your sons, man?
Hey, make sure you torque those wheels. I
Talk to this guy.
already did. He's not doing anything.
I'm doing something. I'm watching this clown show.
Or we say shisho. Shisho.
Clown show, he says. I wanted to talk more in depth about what we were working on diagnosing on Saturday and what was causing the issue. So basically, Mid-Ohio last year, our race was ended because of a random misfire that the car started having. And I couldn't, we replaced coil packs, we replaced, fuel injectors, we just spark plugs. We just started throwing parts at the car and couldn't figure it out. And it got better. And we ran AMP, but it would still sputter sometimes. And then we ran, even NCM this year, we ran, and it would kind of have these random sputters, but for the most part, it was full power, no misfires, whatever. And I was like, I couldn't figure it out. It was getting, as far as I could tell, it was getting good fuel pressure, all these things. So I had no clue, and I was like, let's just run it. Maybe it's one of those things that'll fix itself. I don't know. I always cross my fingers that things will miraculously solve themselves. But however, as you saw, on our Saturday race, it became such a bad issue. We couldn't make it work. I needed to really figure out what the root of the problem was. And I think what actually ended up bringing Cameron in, what caused the misfire to get so bad that he couldn't drive it, was actually the crank angle sensor. We found while we were trying to diagnose the car, it's a 3-wire crank angle sensor, and the ground had disconnected from the plug. It's a 25-year-old wiring harness at this point, so really no surprises there. I'm bummed it took us so long to figure that out. I'm assuming it looked like it was holding on by one strand, and then it finally just wiggled itself broken. Which would explain why it was intermittent previously and then just became full-time miss. So we wired in a new sensor, and it definitely made the misfire way better. Because we had the aftermarket ECU in, we actually had a remote tuner come in, Steve's remote tuning, and he confirmed. He's like, yeah, you guys are getting crazy sync loss. No clue what's causing it, but I can't help you guys out until you fix that. So we ended up just wiring in a whole new coupler on both sides. Still got the misfire. So then we tried the backup crank angle sensor that I had. Still got the misfire. We found a team that had one brand new in the box. Bought it from them. Same misfire. So me and Cameron continued to work on the car. Replaced the fuel pressure. We replaced the fuel pump. Blew out all the fuel lines. Replaced the fuel filter. All the injectors again. We have 3 sets. So we put the 3rd set of injectors in there. Still misfiring. Coil pack, we only see it, so this is where it gets kind of complex. Not complex, stupid, I guess. We had 1 coil pack, 1 spare, and I was like, all right, well, if I put it in the 2 different positions that the coil pack can be in, if we see no change, then it's not an ignition issue. So replaced the coil pack, did the jump around with the coil pack, no change. Replaced spark plugs. We were like, maybe because we're running so rich, the spark plugs got fouled, no change. And at this point, me and Cameron were just like, all right, let's just try, or as a team, we were like, all right, let's throw the stock ECU in. Maybe I did something crazy with the aftermarket ECU and didn't set something up right. So let's put the stock ECU in. So I put the stock ECU in, stock O2, stock dash, airflow meter. Still no change. So me and Cameron, we were like, all right, let's clean up all the grounds. Let's see if we can get the grounds, maybe we're having a bad ground somewhere. So we did everything we could to clean up the grounds. Still no change. And at this point, it was 1 a.m. We were exhausted. So we both went and took showers, and we were like, let's sleep on it. And before we were going to bed, I went to ChatGPT, and I was like, hey, here's the problem we're having. Here's everything we've been diagnosing. And ChatGPT was like, oh, spark plug wires. Like maybe your spark plug wires are degrading. And on the NB2 motors, there's only really 2 spark plug wires. The coil sits directly on top of the plug for the other 2 locations. And I was just sitting there. I was like, there's no way that those 2 wires like would cause a constant issue like this. Like that just sounds crazy. But I was like, if this is we haven't tried it yet, so let's give it a shot. And we wake up in the morning, and JSP or JST, they're a really fast team. They actually won first in class on Sunday. Really, really awesome guys. So helpful. They helped us out last year with a differential. Like, just great dudes over there. And they have a spare motor, and they were just like, hey, just borrow the coil packs and spark plug wires from our spare motor. And if that works, we can come up with a price later, but we want to see you out there on the track. And so we took them from them, and literally they were like, don't worry about the price, whatever, we'll figure it out at the end of the day. And threw it on the car, fixed all our problems. Car ran better than it has since Mid-Ohio. It was just like, it was incredible. And Mr. Dahl was like, get your gear on, you're starting, like, let's go, let's have a day. And so I throw all my gear on, get all my stuff together. Unfortunately, like I said, the camera wasn't working. I didn't have any time to diagnose that. The only reason it was even running Saturday was because My Races Live helped us out, which huge shout out to Claire and Erwin. It was great to meet them that weekend. But yeah, so we get out there and we get to start the race. Like it was incredible, absolutely incredible. And the car was running, like I said, better than it ever has. Groggy Senhauser Racing Team. We were up till about 1 a.m. throwing parts at it, doing everything. And then the last thing we could think was coils, just getting a brand new set of coils and spark plug wires, like the whole assembly. And we got a set from a team this morning, and the car's running great. So I don't know if it's because it's cold or what's going on, but sorry for the lack of updates. But we didn't go to bed till like 1 a.m. First thing this morning, we started hunting for parts, and we got them. And now we're gonna go racing.
Analog baby.
Oh yeah, we put the stock ECU back in it, and but it didn't do anything. He's just being a butt muncher. Analog. So problem is we only have one gauge. We have coolant temperature, and that's it. So hopefully nothing goes wrong. But at this point, we're just gonna try and go running. So, yep, here we go. Got a great view this morning. This track's so cool. Look at that. Come on. Doesn't get better than that. So, fingers crossed we got the gremlins fixed, but we're gonna have to see once it gets warmed up here. Okay, so this is ChampCar Live's live stream. This is the official live stream that ChampCar puts together here. The quality of this live stream has stepped up immensely in the past year. They've really been doing a lot to get it to a point where it's good content. So I'm gonna steal this just to show you how many cars are out in the field. It's crazy. 100 cars, I think maybe 95 started or we're here. There we are behind the purple Miata there. That's me in the driver's seat with our headlights on there. And yeah, like I said, at this point I was stoked to be starting the race. The conditions were great. Track was dry. It was kind of chilly out, which I think for the tires that we run is honestly ideal. Keeps them from getting too hot. And like I said, I was just jazzed. Like I was so excited to get going. It was a bit of a frantic morning, so I wasn't fully settled in, but like you just look at how huge this field is. But really, no notes. The race started, I'll fast forward actually to green flag here. Okay, so here we are coming up to the green. Yep, there you can see it waving. And just look at how crazy this is. These race starts, it's all amateur drivers, for the most part. You get some pro drivers coming out just for fun. but you know, you don't need a racing license to do this kind of racing. So it's, I mean, look at how crazy this is. So I mean, I was going 3-4 wide for like the first lap. I mean, you can see that car off to the left there. Very, very busy. But honestly, pretty fun. I just drove it to the wall, tried to keep everyone on my outside. That way, if anyone did do something stupid, I wouldn't get gathered up in it. And that was that. So, yeah, you probably won't see us in any of these clips because we started so far back in the field. They just kind of pick a random pit stall. There's no qualifying or anything in this kind of racing. So you just kind of get what you get. You don't throw a fit, right? But yeah, like I said, no notes. The stint went great. I guess the one note I will say is I straight up cried for like 2 laps. I was so happy that the car was working and we were out racing and we got a green flag and we were going to have a full day of racing. I was like, once I knew the car was running, I was like in the car. It was pretty embarrassing, to be honest, but I was just so happy. This is like my favorite track I've ever driven at. And the car was running great, and you know, I was out there with my friends, and it was just like I was so excited. So see a little fireball out of that red car, but that's really it. I mean, we were driving very consistent. We PB'd versus last year by like a second, I think, and there was way more time out there. I never really got a clean lap in with no traffic. So yeah, that's it. I ran the full stint, and our day kept on going. I got a few clips throughout Sunday just because it was a little less frantic. So I'll let Pit Lane Logan kind of keep you guys in the loop here. But yeah, really, really, really fun race. Really made up for all the effort that we put in to try and fix the car. And you know what? I need to give a huge shout out to all the teams that helped us out. The team next to us, CSP. I can't remember what CSP stands for. I'm going to link all of the shops and people that helped us below. I'm going to find them and link them. If you're in, you know, oh, look at the big wiggle out of Parts Badger there. And I mean, people at, like, ChampCar Paddock is just, everyone's trying to help you. Like, no one's there to be like, you know, we don't want another competitor. Like, everyone wants to see you out there turning laps. So, JSP Performance, CSP, I'm not sure what it stands for, but like I said, it'll be linked below. Tyler was huge help. I mean, he sat and tuned our car and troubleshot it for like 2 hours while they were trying to work on their car. Like, and then I was like, hey, can I pay you? What can I do? And he's like, just bring the car to me and let me go through it and you can pay me then. So like it's just stuff like that. Like, it's just, and JSP, they were like, borrow our parts, bring them back to us, or, you know, you can buy them off us, whatever. We'll figure it out at the end of the day. Like, no questions asked. And then even like there's big dogs that come out to this, very prep teams. Our garage spot was actually next to Rad Rockwell Autosport Development. You might be familiar with that name. They run Michelin Pilot Challenge in the TCR class. They run an Audi. Very well prepped team, and I think his name was Chris. Who's like the lead mechanic. They do arrive and drives. So they had 3 cars out that weekend, and you know, they even were working on an engine swap. They popped the motor and took all of Saturday to do an engine swap. And like, he was taking the time to peek out our car, give us advice. Like, he is a incredibly experienced mechanic, and like, for this big dog team, and he's like helping us out however he could. Him and there's a woman there too. I don't, Brittany, I think was her name. Just like good people, and like, it's just, I feel like no other kind of racing do you get those kinds of interactions. So I don't know, they ended up under yellow here. I can't, there was a lot of code 35s this weekend, but I realize I'm ranting at this point. Maybe I'll put this in at the end of the video or something like that. But yeah, just couldn't have done it without all the help from Erwin and Claire from My Races Live too, helping us with the camera. Like, I'm sure I'm missing a million people, but it's just, these weekends are so fun, and everyone's so friendly. It's awesome. Don't know the last time I updated everyone. We Hail Married it this morning. We couldn't figure it out last night. The only thing I ChatGPT'd in was like, what else? What else could, like, we had a ton of really solid mechanics look at it. No one knew what was going on. And so the ChatGPT was like, oh, spark plugs. And so, or spark plug wires. And so we ended up throwing them in there. And I don't know if it was the coils that we got or the spark plug wires that we got or something with the assembly, but it all came together, and the car's running better than it has in the past like year. So I don't know how long those wires were degrading or what was going on, but we've been out there. We did a full stint, green flag, well, not full green flag, but full stint, like hour 20 minutes on track, not a single issue. So we don't have any gauges in the car other than coolant temp. So we're gonna see what's what. But I did first stint. We ran really well, and pretty stoked. We beat our personal best from last year too, which is a huge win. So yeah, that's all I got. Great views, great cars. This track's just so neat. All right, we're under red flag right now. It sounds like a car flipped in the toe of the boot, so good times. But we're running all right. Currently P8 in class, 41st overall, and we're stoked with that. There's a lot of really fast cars here, a lot of competition, so we're happy campers. All right, so Adam just got out of the car. We're gonna give him a quick impromptu interview here. This was his first ChampCar race ever, first time racing door to door. Lots of track experience, but he got a little trial by fire. He even got a restart under his belt. It was pretty fun. What do you got to say, Adam?
Oh, it was so exciting. If you don't race, you need to start racing.
There it is.
And this is Senhauser Racing is great. They pump you up, they prep you, and they kind of feed us food too. So
yeah, there we go. There we go. Great work, Adam.
Just giving you a look at the whole track.
Late race update, 4.5 hours in. Cameron's in the car, killing that shit. Very consistent-ish, but putting in quick laps. His slowest laps are you know, still pretty stout, so he's doing good. We got another 30 minutes until his pit window opens here, and then we're gonna send Mr. Dahl out for the rest of the race. So far things have been going pretty well for us. We're the back, like, we're P9 right now in class, so we're the back of the quick cars, but our pit strategy has been helping us to hang out with them. We were at P7 or 6 at one point just because of our pit strategy, but everyone in front of us is way quicker. So if we can nail this last pit stop, we might be able to take a bite out of some of these cars, but time will tell. So still a nice day. It's a little chilly, but maybe some rain coming off here in the distance. We'll see. It's looking a little, if I take a peek back here, looking a little bit like rain, so we'll see. But the window's not quite open yet. We're 450 into the race, so we need another 5 minutes for the pit window to open. But we've got a code 35 right now. Code 35. But it's not quite in our pit window, so we're gonna have to see what happens. I mean, if this lasts for another 5 minutes, we're gonna bring him in, and Mr. Dahl's gonna hop in, and he loves the rain, so yeah, we'll see here. We'll see. We got rain. Rain came in, and it came in hot. Yeah.
What are you using for the onboard?
It did rain. It got very rainy. I think I got some clips of it. We got the driver that just climbed out of the car that got rained on. Anything to say?
Logan needs to defrost.
I ran out of time to fix the 2 lines of the defrost that weren't working, and he's mad at me. But he did a great job in the rain.
It was fun. Had a great time. I could slightly see, which was good, but that's why I didn't beat him time-wise, because I couldn't see out the windshield.
Yeah, that's exactly, because it wasn't dry for 75% of his session. It wasn't dry. So anyways, obviously track's drying up right now. We've got Mr. Dahl in the car. We actually we're in P6 right now. I think it's just based on pit strategy, and we've got some good safe drivers in the rain. So P6 overall, or sorry, P6 in class, 26th overall. 26th overall, that's insane for us. And about a lap gap behind and 2 laps in front. So we'll probably end up here unless, you know, something goes haywire. So, you know, we're just radioing to Mr. Dahl, trying to keep him comfortable, but things are going well here at Watkins Glen. So this is a part where I really wish the camera was recording. Our Sunday race actually got cut short too, unfortunately by no fault of our own. We still don't know the car. We think it was a Porsche 944. Mr. Dahl said it was a gold livery. But, you know, no one came to talk to us. There was no communication. They didn't see it in the race logs. But basically, Mr. Dahl was going up through the S's following. Let me get a look at my hands here. So Mr. Dahl's here. This is the Porsche, following the Porsche up through the S's. So, you know, you've got the right-hander, and then you've got that left-hander coming across the bridge. I think that's turn 1's the right-hander, turn 2's the left-hander, and then coming into turn 2 is the right-hander, turn 3 is the left-hander, and then coming into turn 4, Mr. Dahl had actually pulled alongside the BMW here and actually pulled out in front of him. And they're coming through turn 4, and the BMW just comes all the way across to the apex and just smashes our car. Like, Mr. Dahl said, he was like, I mean, you'll see in the next clip, he's like, yeah, he was 3 feet away from me and just came all the way to the apex. And I mean, you can see his front right tire hit our front left fender behind the wheel. Like, we were, like, there's no question as to, like, oh, maybe he didn't see, like, all he had to do was look right. And he would have seen that we were, like, it's just, it's nuts to me that a driver, I mean, would do something like that and then no communication, no, like, hey, guys, you know, and I get shit happens. There's racing incidents and stuff, but it's like, I mean, that's just straight up negligence. Like, you can't be out there and not checking your mirrors and not seeing a car in front of you to your right. Like, it's crazy. So, and I get this radio message, Mr. Dahl's just like, we're done, you know, and this was 20 minutes left in the race. We were P6 in class, 25th overall, something like that. Like, incredible. Like, we've never competed this well, ever. And, like, we were all so stoked. We were just like, bring it home. And Mr. Dahl was doing a great job. And to just get that radio message was heartbreaking. And I didn't see what was going on with the car, and I'm going to try and figure out where the car is, you know, and I see the car on the trailer. Didn't really get a good look at it, but they're bringing it to the Boneyard, which, if you're not familiar with this kind of racing or any racetrack, the Boneyard is where they bring cars that are, like, really messed up, like crushed beyond repair. The wheels don't move, like, you know, the whole chassis mangled. Like, you're not getting it back on the trailer messed up. And so I'm like having a heart attack. I'm like, holy shit, like, what's going on? Is Mr. Dahl okay? He's not with the car. What's happening? And I, you know, start jogging over to the Boneyard, and it turns out a fuel line popped off. That's why we were done. The car was actually mostly okay. You'll see in the next clip. But I think I just, from working on all the fueling system and all that, I just didn't get the fuel line all the way back on. Or I did, and the hit was just big enough that it popped it off. I don't know, because we ran 7.5 hours, and, you know, no fuel leaks or anything. So Mr. Dahl said it was a really, really big hit. And, I mean, you can see the damage is not nothing. So, yeah, really unfortunate way to end the weekend. But all in all, our spirits were high. Like, we were just jazzed to almost complete a full race, you know, and, like, the car was running so well. And yeah, we got taken out, we didn't finish, but it was by no fault of our own, you know. What are you gonna do there? You can't hit the brakes when you see someone coming at you if you're in front of them. Like, you're not gonna be able to hit the brakes and get behind them quick enough, like, especially coming through a high speed turn. You know, he's doing like 100 there. It's not nothing he could have done, and it's really unfortunate that, you know, the driver didn't. You would think he would have came up and talked to us, or, you know, we would have had some interaction with the team. But yeah, whole lot of nothing, unfortunately. So I'll pass it back to past Logan and past Mr. Dahl to sum that up, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video. All right, we're trying to get loaded up here, so I'll try and make this kind of quick. Unfortunately, I don't have any video of it. Unfortunately, we got checked going through the S's. Pretty good. I mean, you can see we were much further than alongside them, and they decided to shut the door coming through the top of the S's. And really, the damage isn't that bad. They hit us here and kind of rubbed down the side of the car. So like I said, damage isn't that bad. However, it popped a fuel line off, so the car was stuck. We had to park it, unfortunately, and it was 20 minutes left. So by the time we got the fuel line back on, the race was over. So we were making a good run for top 5 in class and 25th overall, which would have been an incredible finish for us. We've never done anything that far up the field, especially at a 100 car field like this. It would have been pretty cool. But we learned a lot of lessons this weekend, and I'm sure I'll let future Logan give you guys the final consensus here. I'll see if I can get any clips of anything to show for driving. Like I said, the camera wasn't working today, so I might have to use some clips from other days and stuff like that. But
so there it is. So I was going up through the S's, and I was all the way up on the side of this guy. He was about 2 or 3 feet off to my left, and he just pinched me, hit the side of the car at about 100 miles an hour.
Yep.
So this is because of me. Because of him. And you can see where he hit here. It took it all the way back. Look at the back rim. The back rim's busted 3 ways to Sunday. And then
Still holding there though.
I got to the bus stop, and the car just died. And a fuel line, it popped a fuel line off of the top part of the fuel tank.
Yep.
And that was it.
That was it. That was all she wrote. But now we get to do, only because we had such a good day of racing, the car ran great, we found an issue that we've been hunting down for a year. We're gonna do our classic Senhauser Racing celebration. Yeah, of course you did.
I don't even drink, but I'll hold one.
There you go. You gotta at least open it. Yeah, here, I'll show you what you can do with it. Here we go. Cam?
We gotta open it, right?
Go ahead.
Does it still work?
Yeah, it's right there. Best part of this wing right here. There we go. Oh. Hope I wasn't a klutz.
All right. I don't even drink alcohol. But for today, I'm gonna have a little sip.
Come pie. You know, they're cold this time too, which is kind of nice. Oh, here, I'll show you what you can do with that thing. Hold on.
Get out of here.
No, come on, bring it back.
Get out of here.
Bring it back.
Get away from me.
I'm not going to do it to you. I have to ride in the car with you.
What's that?
It's not champagne, but it's got bubbles in it, baby. All right, JD Zalano. Oh, there it is. Every time. Every time. We are on the road, trucking. Me and Mr. Dahl, Cameron's back there, twiddling his fingers. We got out of there pretty quick. Mr. Dahl, all of Mr. Dahl's like organizational upgrades and stuff like that got us out of there lickety split. So we might even make it home tonight. We'll see how everyone's feeling. Yeah, made it out of there good. Got stopped for some Mexican. New rule is
There you go.
new rule is the fastest driver has to buy dinner for the whole crew. So
So Logan's always going to be buying dinner on the way.
I don't know about that. Sometimes we get lucky with the
And
rain.
guess what? I'm fine with that.
So, but outside of that, I mean, I showed some of the damage from the car, and we'll talk through it at the kind of outro I film at the end of the video. But morals are high. Everyone had a fun weekend, and we got to go racing, so no complaints there. But we're just gonna keep on trucking and smell you later. There it is. All right, so first things first, I want to thank everyone if you made it to the end of this video for watching. I know these videos are long. I put a lot of effort into them. They're honestly fun for me to watch, and it's fun to look back on these weekends. And I'm really glad I'm enjoying doing this because I think it's really fun to share with like the friends and family and the sponsors and all that stuff. So seriously, if you also enjoyed, thank you. Thank you for watching and sticking around. And while I'm on the subject, think about hitting that like button below. It helps YouTube to promote this video to other people who would be interested in it. It's the algorithm. We got to please the algorithm gods. So yeah, like the video, and if you're not subscribed, think about subscribing. Obviously, I do videos like this. I do videos showing the work that I'm doing on our ChampCar Miata. I do videos on sim racing. I also do videos, I do live streams. So we do live streams on Twitch and YouTube. Every Monday we do like sim racing and stuff like that. And then, kind of sometimes sporadically through the week. And I'm an open book. The point and the reason I'm trying to build this channel is like, I want to help people get into this kind of racing. I know racing is, a very expensive hobby, and there's a lot of question marks as to what the steps are and how to get into this kind of stuff. So I'm trying to be an open book and help people climb that ladder. I know I'm not a professional or anything like that, but I at least have some knowledge and can help people out, you know, however I can. So feel free to ask me questions in the comment section below if you have any, or maybe if we saw you that weekend, you know, comment and say hello. But yeah, thanks for watching. We got to do the sponsor shout out. Huge shout out to our title sponsor, KFP Total IT Solutions. They provide the connectivity in the car. They, you know, make sure that we can have that live stream. Unfortunately, like I said, it's my fault the camera wasn't working this weekend, but they allow us to view our data from the car. And they just allow us to get the car to the track. So huge shout out to KFP Total IT Solutions. They'll be linked below. Huge shout out to Raynostics Digital Imaging. They do digital x-ray equipment, stuff like that. So if you're in the medical field and are interested in someone that supports racing, I can set you up with Raynostics. They'll be linked down below. Everything Wheels 13, that's Mr. Dahl's channel. Check him out. He does videos on his Kenworth, on Datsuns, on motorcycles, fun stuff like that. And it's just a perspective of an old geezer, you know, making YouTube videos, and it's just got that dynamic to it, which is really fun. I love you, Mr. Dahl. Please don't take offense to that. My Races Live, they provide the overlays for the live stream, so even when our camera wasn't working, you know, we were still providing some amount of data to people. And Claire and Irwin were actually racing that weekend, and they had a really successful weekend, so congrats to them. But they're a major help. They're just friendly, and they help everyone try and get live streams going, and they're just like trying to spread motorsports as much as possible, which is really cool, and they're just great people over there. So they'll be linked down below as well. If anyone's interested in live streaming stuff like that, they have a kit that they can sell you, or even just join the Discord and they'll help you troubleshoot as much as they can. Like I said, great people there. Logie Bear Sound and Lighting, that's me, that's my business. That's how I afford this racing. I DJ on the weekends and on the side however I can. I do nightclubs, I do bars. I'm based out of Central Ohio, but I travel. I also do weddings. That's something I've really been trying to ramp up in the past 2 years. So if you know anyone in, I don't know, the Ohio or surrounding areas that is in need of a wedding DJ, I have 8 years of experience. If you know anyone that's getting married or a club that needs a DJ or whatever, I'll link my own socials down below for that. And then on top of that, thanks to all our friends and family who tune into the videos, help out. And when I say friends and family, that's everyone from the live stream. That's, you know, my brother and my parents and cousins and stuff like that. But, you know, it goes beyond that. It's everyone who comes up and says hello and you know, helps us out at the track and stops into the live streams and, you know, sends us messages on trying to diagnose our cars. Even late to Apex, who, like, wasn't even at the track, like, barely knows me, you know, they were helping us out, like trying to figure out how to get our car back on track. So huge thank you to all those people. And that's all I got. I'm going to sum it up there. Ton of fun. Can't wait for the next one. Right now it's mid-Ohio. Maybe we'll sneak something in beforehand, depending on everyone's schedules. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys on the live stream or the next video or whatever. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers, y'all.